What's going on, guys? It's me, Defiance, and today I'm back with another video. So today's going to be a little bit different. I'm going to make a small guide on just some tips and tricks on how to get gold, platinum, Damascus, slightly easier than you might find it if you were just to be playing regularly. The gameplay in the background that we're not going to be really focusing on in this video, it was my first game after I got Damascus, and it felt crazy. Just finally having got it done. The grind was over, and I think I spent most of this game just looking at my gun, not even looking around the map, to be completely honest with you. So as requested, I have a few guns I want to touch base on. These are guns that I've been requested by some friends of mine that want to go for Damascus, but at the same time, you know, they don't want to do, say, the riot shield or the knife and things like that. So this guide is going to be a guide to help any of you that want to get those weapons done, as well as a few others, obviously, and just hopefully they will work and be good for you. So the first weapon we're going to talk about is the riot shield. Now, I know not many people like the riot shield and are quite worried about trying to have to get that done, because it's just so almost difficult to use, especially if you're trying to get kills with it. Now, I'll start off by saying the best maps are Shipment, Shoot House, Gun Runner if you go into the sort of boiler room area, or the toilets. Any map that has a very high traffic area with a small room that you can sit in, definitely go for those maps. Ramaza underneath in the middle of the map on the bottom floor. Yeah, places like that, they definitely work the best. Now, hardcore is the way I did it, and I personally would argue that hardcore is the best way to do it as well. If you don't like hardcore and you only like core, go for it. Runs flash grenades, stun grenades, smoke grenades. There is actually a challenge in there that you have to get smoke grenade kills, so they are, or kills around smoke, so they are definitely the best best to use. Stims I didn't really think were that necessary. If you're gonna die with it, you're gonna die with it, unfortunately, I'm sorry to say. Now, with the riot shield, I found that don't worry about a secondary. I would put a launcher on just in case they get any streaks, just to shoot those down, because then you're working on your launchers as well as your riot shield. It definitely just all I can say with it really is just persevere. Play with a friend. That definitely works when you're when you're with a friend. Or if you haven't got any friends, put in the comments, yo, I need someone to run with. I'm more than happy if you're grinding out for those. I know how it feels. I'm more than happy to play with you. Or if you just want to play a game, you know, hit me up. I really can't think of many tips to give you on the riot shield, because it is just one of those weapons that you have to play, you know, have a good time, like play with a friend who's also using the riot shield, or just play with a friend in general that you can have a laugh and a joke with, because if you can't, the grind just gets really, really annoying and you'll start to just get upset and want to move on. I felt fantastic after I got it gold. I don't think I've smiled so much in my life. I felt fantastic because the grind was over. I still use the riot shields. Now I have a Damascus. I'm kind of like, oh, I have to use it because it annoys people when they see it. It is so fun to use in Search and Destroy. It's fantastic. So now we're going to go on to the second part. We're going to talk about the launchers. Now, I will say this straight away. The Strela and the RPG are probably the two worst. The RPG's not too bad, but the Strela is horrid. The Joker was much easier, and I know people are sitting there going, oh, but the Joker's the one that I'm worried about. Shipment is the only thing you can do that on. Maybe Shoot House, but Shipment was a lifesaver. I didn't have drop zone when I was doing this, so shooting stuff down, I couldn't do. It would have been so much easier if I had drop zone when I was doing it. Personal UAVs are the best streaks to shoot down. They count as aerial streaks, support streak, ground streaks. They're fantastic. Also, counter UAVs count as ground streaks as well. That's a really good tip. Shoot those down because they count for everything. Amped is definitely your best friend because the launchers reload so slow in this game. The amped will help out a ton. I now actually run amped on everything after I've got those done. Amped has become something that I have on every single class because it turns out, you know, reloads actually feel slightly faster. Weapon swap feels fantastic now. Amped is definitely a big one for me. If you're really worried about going for streaks or, you know, trying to do launches, just wait until drop zone. It might take a little bit longer to get Damascus, but the grind will be shortened significantly. I have a friend that I actually spoke to just recently. They're close to Damascus. They've just done all of their launches last week when drop zone was the thing, was it the week before? But they have, it helped them out so much. Where like myself, I was throwing care packs at the enemies on shipment. Now, actually, that's something to touch on. Care packs and emergency care packs, throw them at the enemies. If you can get them, definitely throw them at the enemies. Give them your care packs, because the enemies will call them up, and it'll be so much easier for you to do the streaks. Also, another thing with the streaks, don't bother, when it comes to the RPG and the Strela, don't bother shooting at UAVs. Not anything else, the Peeler or the Joker, you know, UAV away, just destroy them, they're quick and easy, but with the Strela and RPG, it's not worth it. You won't hit, or if you do hit, you'll hit 1 in a million chance, my friend. Honestly, I struggled so much. Yeah, so now we've talked about launches, you know, drop zone, amped, and they're self-explanatory for the rest of the way. But so now we're going to talk about long shots, something that obviously I know a lot of people don't want to do, long shots and mounted kills. Well, shoot house is definitely the best, you know, sort of crouch up, mount up on the middle of the map, just snipe down there, shoot down there or whatever with any gun and you'll be fine. Even SMGs can outgun snipers and ARs on there if you get the first couple of bullets in. The Uzi not so much, but I'm going to make a separate video on a few other weapons as we're running out of time in this game. And we'll talk about some other weapons and how to do them, as well as, you know, other things like crouching and things like that, hip fires. But yeah, long shots, definitely. Middle of the map is the easiest place to do it. Also, from Shantytown to Courtyard. Courtyard is, you know, you've got Shantytown, Junkyard, Courtyard. Not many people know what it's called, but yeah, it's called Courtyard. That's the best place to do it at. You can, if you're just going for long shots, you can stand either side and just shoot down the Courtyard to Shantytown, or you can sit right at the back of Shantytown and shoot into Junkyard. Any weapon there for long shots, and you will have it done instantly. So here's the end of the game, 52 to 15, fantastic. I have been Defiance. The next video will be out next week. I am out.
Reloading. 2 minutes and 16 seconds, bud.